ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Good to see you all. Thanks so much, and welcome to Tell the Truth. In a matter of moments, you're going to meet a man who has one of the most vitally important jobs in New York City. His story is fascinating and at the same time just a touch terrifying. We'll meet him as soon as we meet our panel here on Tell the Truth.
Bill Cullen. Kitty Carlisle. Joe Garagiola. And Peggy Cass.
Well, now, as an old sailor, may I say that I have a very deep dread of fire at sea. It's the worst thing that can happen to you on a boat, but I find out that a fire on a boat is nowhere near as dangerous as a conflagration on one of the upper stories of a skyscraper.
Oh, yeah.
Now, panel, I want you to look at an artist's view of a high-rise building. Now, as you can see, you see the ladders reaching up there. They're of little use because they don't reach anywhere near far enough. They go up to about the 10th floor. The windows in modern buildings are not open, and the insulation keeps the heat in.
Oh, my.
And central air conditioning spreads smoke throughout the building. Frightening, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, our first guest has this terrifying problem on his mind 24 hours a day. He is the fire commissioner of New York City. And let us welcome him now.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is John T. O'Hagan.
Number two.
My name is John T. O'Hagan.
Number three.
My name is John T. O'Hagan.
And listen to what John T. O'Hagan has to say, because it might save your life. It says, I, John T. O'Hagan, am fire commissioner for the city of New York. As head of the most modern and best equipped fire corps in the world, my greatest concern is the threat of fires in high-rise structures. All these buildings extend beyond the reach of our equipment, and there are approximately 3,000 such buildings in New York City. Within the buildings, modern conveniences often serve to complicate the life safety problem. In addition, new design features have tended to accelerate the lateral and vertical fire spread. If a fire should start, the problem of evacuating tens of thousands of tenants from the upper floors presents a formidable challenge. Signed, Commissioner John T. O'Hagan. And that there is an important story, and I hope you won't miss it. We'll be right back. Now, across from us, we have three very distinguished gentlemen, all of them claiming to be John T. O'Hagan, the Fire Commissioner of New York City. Let's start the questioning, please, with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 2, how high does a building have to be a rise?
Over 100 feet.
100 stories, you mean?
No, 100 feet.
Oh, gee. Oh, I think I live higher than that. Number 2, what should people do? Run to the roof?
No, that's a bad idea.
Oh, okay. Number 3, what should one do if the fire breaks out?
Get below the 2 floors below the fire, if you can.
And, well, now, number 1, how did the building code of New York City allow buildings like the World Trade Center to be built if you can't put out fires in them?
The building code is working on that. In 1988, we will have safe buildings.
Yeah, I know, but what about now? I don't care about 1988. They'll have to carry me up and down anyway.
Now we have problems.
Well, number 2, can a big building get insurance?
Oh, certainly. They're all insured.
But how can they be insured if you can't put out the fire?
Well, you don't have fires that frequently, I guess.
Oh. Number 3, you're not supposed to use the elevators, are you, in case of fire?
No, that's the greatest hazard you could possibly imagine.
Number 2, who's Dennis Smith?
Dennis Smith is a fireman in the city of New York who wrote a book, a report from Engine 82.
Thank you. Now, number 3, if you get 2 floors above the fire and you can't open the windows, you'll die of smoke inhalation. You might as well go out on the roof and hope a helicopter will pick you up, no?
The idea is if you happen to be above the fire and it's a fireproof building, you close the door and try to wait until somebody gets you out of there.
That's if you're above the fire.
If you're above the fire.
And
if you can't, now, if you don't have access to the stairs, that's what you'll do. But if you have access to the stairs, you try to go down the stairs.
Well, if you're 2 floors, that's if you're 2 floors above. What if you're 2 floors below?
You're in bad shape because the buzzer just went off, and we're going down to Bill Cullen.
I have the terrible feeling that by 1988, fire won't affect me one way or the other. I'll be used to it by then. Yes, thank you very kindly. I just knew someone would stick their dirty nose in it.
I promised to hose you down if you promised to hose me down.
Right. Number 3, is there, in your estimation, proper cooperation between the departments in charge of buildings that are erected and the fire department at this moment?
Yes, there is. It's getting more so every day. They are finally realize the danger, and they're working very closely together.
Number 2, what about these satellites I hear the fire department now has? Are they going to be any help in fighting fires in high-rise buildings or rise buildings?
What kind of satellites are they, Bill?
The new pumpers that the city has, the big super pumpers.
No, I don't think they'll be too much help because the range of streams at those heights are not too effective.
Number 3, do our buildings, at least they have automatic hoses and fire stations on each floor, supposedly. Is the water pressure always sufficient, or is there a chance that during a fire there might not be sufficient water pressure?
Well, there are different types of things. Now, for instance, if you have the sprinkler system in your building, you're a heck of a lot better off than if you don't. And in many cases, they're self-contained. They keep the chemicals or they keep the liquid on that floor.
All right, Bill, we're going to go to Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. Number 2, is it not true that it's dangerous to open a fire door if there's a fire in a high-rise because somehow all the stuff comes up?
I think you can open it cautiously to see if the stairway that you're thinking of using is filled with smoke, and you'll find some of them that won't be. If it's not filled with smoke and heat, it's generally safe to use it.
Number 1, I'm interested in what happens in 1988, unlike my friend here. What's going to make those buildings safe?
They will have fire safety directors, smoke detectors on the different floors. They will have heat-sensitive elevators that draw the elevators down to the ground floor because the feeling of the reaction to the heat.
Thank you. Number 3, if you're in a theater and there's a fire, my husband always told me the best thing to do was sit tight and then walk toward the stage and duck under the orchestra pit.
Provided there's an exit there, that's a good place to go.
But don't try it unless you belong to the Musicians Union, because they won't let you down there.
Number 2, who is Mel Leshner?
Mel Leschner is the budget director of the City of New York.
Thank you. And number one, why don't they have those people now that are smoke detectors and fire marshals in those big buildings right now? You don't have to change any equipment for that.
No, but people are willing to go for convenient type items like quick and silent elevators, and the architects and builders go to sell people what they want to buy for convenience.
How much would it cost to have a fire marshal in the building?
Too much.
Another salary for the building.
And finally, we go to Joe Garagiola.
Gary, I have to disqualify myself because I know Mr. O'Hagan. I had the privilege of interviewing him on a Today Show, and I say privilege because he's a stick-out kind of guy, and one of the things we talked about, and it might be a little bit of a plug, was the Firemen and Policemen Widows Fund, these brave ladies who lose their husbands. So I know Mr. O'Hagan. I'm proud to know him, and I'll have to disqualify myself.
Well, thanks, Joe. Disqualification automatically counts as a wrong vote, and Joe was the last chance up there, and so we will mark our ballots, if you don't mind, panel, and you got to mark them for, amongst the three of them, it's a number 1, it's a number 2, or it's a number 3. We pay $50 for each wrong vote. We pay $500 if nobody comes up with the right commissioner. And Peggy starts, please.
Well, I think they ought to make you head of the building code, whoever you are, and I think that you're number 2 because you knew Dennis Smith. I'm moving to a low floor.
All righty. So we've got a number 2 showing there. We're going down to Bill Cullen.
Come to think of it, we're on tape, and it might already be 1988, and I'm not the least bit concerned. I voted. Things like that bother me. I voted for number 2 because my grandfather, Chris, and this is true, was a fire chief in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I followed the fire department, and occupancy by more than 348 people is dangerous and unlawful. Voted for him for that.
And for that reason, you voted for number 2. I don't quite follow it, but there you go. And Kitty?
Well, Commissioner O'Hagan, your friend, Mr. Garagiola, did you in with his beautiful speech about you, because number 2, you blushed bright red.
Oh, did he really? I hadn't noticed that.
Hey, good.
I was listening to Joe. I wasn't watching over there. Well, everybody is bunched in on number 2. Let's see how close they are. The votes are in. Will the real blushing commissioner, John T. O'Hagan, please stand up, sir? Gentlemen, I'm sorry we didn't do better. Let's find out who we all are. Number 1, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Bill Ortman, and I am a merchandise manager for Gray Sales for Greenwood Mills, Inc., a textile company here in New York.
Nice to have you. Number 3, you want to tell us about you?
Well, my name is Bud Hallowell. I'm in the music business, and I do publicity for people in the music business.
Fair enough. Commissioner O'Hagan, if you had one single piece of advice to anybody who was caught in a high-rise building, is there such a thing as one single most important piece?
Well, try to get down below the fire. Generally, there's more than one stair, and if you can find a clear stair and get to a floor below the fire, if you're 1 or 2 floors below the fire, you're relatively safe. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Commissioner, and thank you, gentlemen, for being with us on To Tell the Truth. Take care. Now, our next guest took a trip that, well, I guess Kitty, most of all, would envy. We'll be back to find out about that trip right after these commercials.
Oh, Christina.
Now let's meet a lady who took a most unusual vacation.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Barbara Huff.
Number 2.
My name is Barbara Huff.
Number 3.
My name is Barbara Huff.
And here is Barbara Huff's over and back biography. She says, I, Barbara Huff, took my vacation on the ocean liner, the SS France. Not just part of my vacation, all of it. Altogether, I crossed the Atlantic Ocean not once, not twice, but 4 times. I made 2 complete and consecutive round trips. Everything I like to do best on a trip exists on a transatlantic voyage. I like meeting new people, I enjoy the sea, and I love to eat. There are many other activities available to me, but when you dine elegantly in one of the best French restaurants in the world for a total of 5 hours each day, that doesn't leave much spare time. However, I did get in some practice on the piano. I was on board the France for 4 full weeks, except for 3 hot, sticky days in London and a couple of hours in New York during the turnaround. A friend asked if I'd ever do such an outlandish thing again. I replied, certainly, but next time I wouldn't get off the ship at all. Signed, Barbara Huff. And 3 Mrs. Huffs, I will turn you over to New York's certainly most elegant chow hound who could easily eat for a month, Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, I envy you. Or number 2 or number 3, whoever you are. I think it's a marvelous vacation. Number 2, did you get to know the crew very well during that whole time?
Yes, you do. Those who serve you, particularly, you get to know them quite well, and you have such a lot of fun with them. They become old friends.
That's
really.
what I thought.
A lot of crying and so forth when you say goodbye.
Number 3, what did you do about tipping? Did you tip each trip, or did you tip at the end?
Each lap. No, at the end of each lap.
Number 1, were you in tourist or in first class?
First class.
And you ate, oh, I know. Number 2, did you eat in a special dining room? Do they have a special dining room?
Yeah, the main dining room is Charboard. Yes, you ate there. I did.
And number 3, it's not like the Elizabeth where they have that veranda terrace where you eat a la carte.
No separate
Number 1, did you have a table all by yourself?
No, I ate with other people who were traveling by themselves.
And number 2, did you get to meet the captain?
Yes.
How was he?
Compared to who? Let's go to Joe, please.
Never having been on a big boat, number 2, do people get seasick?
Well, I don't know because I took Dramamine 4 times a day, so I never wait to find out.
Number 1, how do you meet other people? Do they have special gatherings where you meet other people traveling alone?
Yes.
No, number 1. That's okay.
Yeah, the first night out, they have a cocktail party for people who are traveling alone, and also you ask to be seated at a table with other people traveling alone, and there are all sorts of neat people who travel alone in first class.
Number 3, who do you ask to have you seated with single people or people that travel alone? Let me phrase it that way.
Well, when you make your reservation, you ask for what type of reservation you want to have.
Number 2, how did you get the idea to spend a vacation on a boat?
Well, it's something I always wanted to do. My husband passed away 2.5 years ago, and I thought it would be a nice way to meet new people, and I always liked to get dressed up, and this was a boat in which I could do all that kind of thing, and it was a great way to relax.
Number 1, was that...
I'm sorry, Joe, we want to go to Peggy.
Thank you. Number 3, how many nights did you dress?
12 altogether.
Well, on each
3 a
trip?
lap. 3 a lap.
Did you dress the first night out?
No.
The last night out?
Nope.
It's a 5-day crossing?
To Southampton, Le Havre, yes.
Thank you. Now, number 1, you didn't go to Le Havre if you went to London. You just went to Southampton and got off, right?
No, I did the whole leg. I went from New York to Southampton to Le Havre to Bremerhaven, back to Le Havre to Southampton, and then back to New York. I never bothered to get off the ship.
Number 1, you never had to go through any customs then, did you?
Yeah, you cleared customs in the lounge. We cleared customs in Southampton, and then again in Bremerhaven.
Thank you. Number 2, did you ever use a swimming pool?
Well, I went down there and they didn't have the pool filled, so I never went back again.
Tut, 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 friends. Now, number 3, in order to use the piano.
Thanks very much, Peg. We're going down to Bill Cullen.
Number 2, there was a lady, I read about her a few years ago, a New York lady, who lived I call her a New York lady, she spent a lot of time here, who lived aboard an ocean liner, one of the liners, for 5 or 6 years. Do you know about that lady or what her name is?
No, I don't, but I sure would like to meet her.
This lady had a lot of money, and she just lived aboard one of the luxury liners. Wherever it went, she went with it.
Had her own furniture.
Yeah, number 3, huh?
Had her own furniture.
I didn't know that. She's got a disc. Did she? You know about that lady. What was her name, Gare? That's my question.
I don't know, but I haven't seen my wife for 4 or 5 years.
That's it. And when you go home tonight, you're going to sit on the floor because she took the furniture. Hey, number 3, how much does a thing like this?
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, MC.
I'm sorry about that, Bill, but the little personal things do creep in. We have rung a bell, and when we ring the bell, that means it is time for us to ballot, and we choose between number 1 or number 2 or number 3. And
next, it's a plethora of word puzzles on Password Plus that'll keep you guessing, plus another Password Plus after that. Oh, it's a Password Plus party, if you will. Stay tuned.
have you arrived?
Yes, I have. I voted for number 3. She knew about all those rigid rules they have on transatlantic liners. You don't dress first night. You don't dress the last night because presumably your maid is packing up all your clothes. I voted for number 3.
All right, so we got a 3 going, and we're going to Joe.
Number 1 had me for a while, but she rattled off those towns like she was a traded ball player and knew where she was, and so I went for number 3.
We've got a pair of 3s showing up there, and Peggy.
Well, I thought they were all dandy, and number 1, you had me too, until just at the very end, she did know all about that dumb protocol of dressing, so I voted for 3. It sounds like a terrific idea.
Hey, we got everybody going for 3. Bill Cullen, are you doing the same thing?
Because I was picked and put upon during my questioning and got such little time to ask questions, I voted for a little number 3 there. I went along. She sounds like a lady to me.
All right, sorry about that, William. Everybody is on number 3. Let's find out about this thing. How do you feel about it at home? The votes are in. Will the real Barbara Huff please stand up? I'm going to tell you, this panel is hotter than that fire we were talking about in the first spot. Let's find out who our imposters are. I thought you were dandy. Number 1, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Karen Valenstein, and I'm an investment banker with Lehman Brothers here in New York.
And number 2, you want to tell us about yourself, what your name is, what you do?
Yes, I'm Elaine Jabenis, and I'm the fashion director of the Brandeis stores in Omaha, Nebraska.
Welcome to our shores. Nice to have you here. And Barbara Huff, you have done what a lot of people have dreamed about doing all their lives. I hope you get to do it again. Thank you very much for being with us. Do come back again. Take care.
Love Family Feud? Love Plinko? Hate the whammy? Now you can play your favorite Buzzer games anytime. Just go to BuzzerTV.com and then select Play. Have fun and let's play.
I'm going to tell you the saddest seagoing story you ever heard in your life. In 1935, when I was 20 years old, I made my first trip overseas on the Queen Mary. I was very shy, and on the trip over, I didn't meet one girl because all the girls were taken by the time that I went around to say hello to anybody. Coming back, I determined to find myself a nifty girl. I got on the Savoia, Conde de Savoia in Naples. I got on about 4 hours early, stood at the gangplank, picked out the prettiest girl you ever saw in your life. She was mine for the whole voyage. It was just great. Then we got to Gibraltar. Now, when you get to Gibraltar, the local folks come out in a little boat, and they have little baskets and stuff for sale. And if you say you want one, they throw a line up, and it's got a big piece of lead on the end of it, you know, so you can catch the rope. So, big shot, I said, throw one of those things up. They threw the thing up, hit my girl right between the eyes, flat out on the deck, took her in the infirmary. She stayed in there for the whole trip, and I talked to the purser for the rest of the voyage. It's a hard life, man. Hard life.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
I'm gonna try to teach you